Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby. Castlevania. Yes, this awesome new anime they released 4 episodes of, and this thing is amazing. I'm going to open the floor up right now to Laura to kind of share how she feels about this.
Well, I was really impressed overall with it. You know, I've never followed the Castlevania game series because I'm not a big gamer or anything like that. But I do like to watch anime, and I think that I don't know really have anything to compare it to. I don't know how well they did justice to the game series or the storyline or anything like that. Do you have any insight on that, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with Trevor Belmont. Honestly, I think Dracula was done very well. And by the way, I'm going to tell you guys this as we talk about this. This will be spoiler free. So if you are listening, you haven't watched the show, we're not going to give away any of the story. We're not going to give away a twist or anything like that. But what we will talk about is things that are very general. So you don't have to shut this off out of fear of having something ruined.
I might. I didn't know that. So, I'll try to keep it spoiler free.
So yeah, news to you.
I'm glad you said something.
News to everybody here. So, yeah, we watched this show last night, and I got online, I read a little bit about it, and I wasn't aware that it had released, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to watch this right now. I'm a huge fan of Castlevania, and I was really excited, and so we... That's
exactly what he said. He said, we have to watch this right now. I'm a huge fan of Castlevania, and I'm really excited.
Play by play. That's it. That's right. Don't.
I was like, whatever.
Don't think that I'm stretching what I say. So this show's done really well. The characters are awesome. My favorite thing about it, I'd have to say, is the animation style. The animation style blew me away. When things like Berserk, was redone and the new animation style came out, I'm one of those people that I was a little bit let down, and I believe that. What are you doing? You're like gesturing over there, making fun of me. That's funny. I was one of those people.
You're like so professional and stuff, and I'm over here like Castlevania. What?
Well, it takes two
to tango.
So, the new Berserk art style and the other show, I believe, is called Ruby. It's RWBY. I'm not into that much. It seems like old PlayStation 1 games. It's like really limited on the motion. Don't get me wrong. You watched Berserk with me. What'd you think of that show overall, outside of the art style?
Oh, well, I thought it was a really great adventure anime with a good dose of romance mixed in. I love romance because I'm a woman, if you didn't know. Not that guys can't like romance too. There's nothing wrong with that. I love a sensitive fellow, like the one sitting next to me, perhaps.
It's all lies.
But yeah, and then it totally took a turn for like devastation and drama and hurt my soul and threw me for a loop, but I loved it. So
absolutely spoiler free. I love it.
Blood, gore.
If you haven't watched Berserk, I know a lot of people were hating on the old art style, and really this show,
I'll cut you.
This show just pays homage to that art style. Like, it's really good. It's really dark. The colors really match the overall feeling that the creators want you to have when you're watching it. The fight scenes are really, really good. There is that sense of despair and this overwhelming, lost, like the entire world is lost at this point. And I'm literally going to tell you nothing about the story as much as I want to, just because this, there is only 4 episodes, or there are only 4 episodes. I just don't want to ruin anything, because I believe if you go into this, it'll blow you away. So
I was really impressed with how they portrayed vampires. I think they did vampires justice. It wasn't like, look at me, I sparkle, I twinkle in the sunlight, to name any names, or
Edward.
Bash any other
Edward
series.
Edward.
If you like that, that's cool. I did. I like sparkly vampires, but I just don't think they're an accurate portrayal. I think if vampires were real, they'd be like, I'm going to kill you and rip your guts out and suck all your blood, and that's what Dracula pretty much is. They're super powerful and kind of remind me of Anne Rice vampires, which is cool because I like Anne Rice books. They were kind of pretty too.
And is that the Sookie Stackhouse?
Is what, the True Blood stuff?
Books? The Anne Rice books?
Oh, no.
Okay, see, I don't know that. I know that I got forced to watch those, and my entire...
Forced to watch what?
The True Blood?
Oh, well, they're not exactly like the books anyway.
Oh, okay.
But I was talking about Anne Rice, like Interview with a Vampire, Queen of the Damned.
I'm not an avid reader, unless it's comic books, and then, or manga.
That's not reading.
Yeah, it's still reading. But, the modern adaptation of vampires really has been a letdown for me for a long time, just because of this. And I believe that shows like this, really bring the real, just horror of what a vampire is back into our brains, because like zombies and vampires and stuff like that, in Hollywood they've tried to make these so attractive to people.
They romanticize
Right.
them to get fans and viewers and moolah.
Money. Yeah, and really it ruins what they are. And I believe this show, it blew me away immediately when I saw what Dracula is capable of in this show. And I wish I could talk about it. We might actually, I think separately, we're going to do a spoiler cast specifically on the show so that we can talk about everything that's happened for you guys that have, watched it. And if you haven't, go watch it before that because it's super awesome. But what he's capable of is freaking intense and horrifying and insane. And it's really, really cool. So,
well, it really made me wonder where the vampires in that universe, originate from. Are they allied with the devil, the dark side from hell? Because it seemed like they certainly did have some demonic or supernatural powers from hell.
And on the flip side, they do reference and confirm the existence of God in that universe. So it's quite possible.
And also hell.
Right.
He called a demon army.
So yeah, I'm interested to see more.
That was a spoiler. Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh. Sorry. We deduct 5 points from Laura on this podcast. So, this show has been renewed for 8 episodes, I believe, for a second season. And it did so well, they kind of put these out there just to see where it is. And if you do the math, they probably had all these written for a true 12-episode first season, which is a terrible habit instead of just making the classic 26. But that's okay. As long as we get more, it's fine.
Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about was the direction of the show. It seemed like it was directed a little like a video game, which is where it originated from, so I understood that. But it often seemed like it was moved a little slow, and the characters' movements were like that of a video game character. Also, there were some unnatural pauses that reminded me of watching my husband game, and where it would cut to dialogue and give them some choices to make, are you gonna kill this guy or talk to a villager or leave, etc. What did you also notice that?
Yeah, I did, but for me, I think that was cool. I guess maybe it's because I am a gamer. It was really neat. It seemed like the way I took that is that Trevor had some, because you have to admit, spoiler free here now, these are some pretty heavy decisions. Every one of those was heavy. They had big consequences. They never made it to where he had an easy way out. So what you just heard was a snippet from a practice run that turned into a real podcast for our new podcast that's coming up for anime. We're really excited about this. Now, the entire podcast didn't make it on here due to some issues with audio levels, and also we have to replace microphones. But after that happens, we're going to be pushing these out every Thursday, and it's going to be really, really good. The content was so awesome. It was really hard not to upload it because we had some really good talks about some really great animes and all about us. But don't worry, we're going to redo those with better equipment. But I didn't want this short snippet of information on how we feel about this awesome anime Castlevania to slip by. So I went ahead and decided to put that into this video and to upload it for you guys. And if you're on the fence about watching Castlevania, let me go and tell you, just go turn it on. Trust me, it's really, really good. If you enjoy dark, action-packed, great character, awesome storied animes, then this is for you. It's really, really great. And I have to say, it really impressed me. If you didn't get that by that. Now, in the future in our podcast, as we are doing these practice runs, trying to get everything just right to make it as professional as possible, we're going to be talking about some great animes, and it's just going to be so great. I don't know. Anime is a huge part of mine and Laura's life, and it's so exciting to be able to get on here and talk and share about these things and all the stuff that we watch every single week and every single day. I'm the type of individual who literally walks around. I have a Galaxy S7 Edge, and I walk around with this phone phone and I'll watch anime on here from Crunchyroll. I literally just watch Crunchyroll all the time. It's just what I do in my spare time. I love anime. I'm very passionate about it, and I've been watching it for a very, very long time. And it's one of those things that we're just really excited to be able to bring this podcast. Now, just to let you know, we are also going to have a gaming podcast, although Laura's not going to be on that one, at least not every time, because she's not really a gamer, even though she is heavy into anime. She loves anime, and she's very knowledgeable about a lot of anime, so obviously she's a correct fit for anime podcast. But as far as a gaming podcast, I'm still putting that together because I do want to cover not just Nintendo, but maybe all things. I'm still trying to decide on that. Even though this channel is based around the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo in general, I would like to, just talk about things. It could be heavy Nintendo, but also consider other things and leave ourselves open to big stories and stuff like that. I do have quite a few people, but right now I'm trying to work out the long distance quality thing because the guys that I really trust and I really know that they know their stuff and they'll make great conversation and we have really good chemistry together. They live a good ways away, so as of right now I'm looking into options to bring professional quality over long distances, and once we can do that, we'll be able to present this show in a way that's great. So just to give you that update on where we are with these, I haven't given up on the podcast. This is something I'm very, very excited about and I'm ready to bring into the channel because I think it's an integral part. It's something that I'm passionate about. I know Laura's very passionate about anime. I'm passionate about anime and gaming and really at this point YouTubing in general and just sharing all these things that I really love and I know that other people love as well. It's really exciting to do that, and I'm just really stoked to be able to offer that to you guys here on Gamestork. Anyway, keep an eye out for the rest of for the upcoming podcast. I will announce it, and just in case if you haven't entered the contest, please head over. You can find that video on my page. There's a contest announcement to celebrate 3,000 subscribers. As of right now, I've seen we're already over 3,100, and the next giveaway will be at 4,000. So we're going to try to do something a little better at every goal, but I am giving away a $20 eShop gift card for you to spend however you want it, and it's going to be really cool. So just head over there and enter that and keep an eye out for our upcoming podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching, or actually listening, because although you're watching this footage play over and over and over while we talk, it's just to keep your eyes busy and to, say that you've watched something. But really, you've been listening to this podcast, and I thank you for that. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time.